Hi, I'm John Voorhees from Treasure Terminal, 293 West Main Street in Byesville. I thought today I'd share a few things with you about firearm safety. We'll call it the 1 and the 2 and the 3 of firearm safety. Okay, let's begin with number 1. If you are going to be carrying a loaded gun either on your person or in your home, you want to make sure that it's safe and secure and that unauthorized people can't get hold of it. One of the things we do in our home is that if we have a gun that we're not going to be using, it's unloaded and safely secured. If we do have a gun that is loaded and we are planning on using it, we have it in a safe place, or if we have it, it's on our person at all times so that we are the ones who are in control and can control access to it. One of the things we use is like a safe, for instance. This is a good idea. A good little gun safe, something like this, is easy to get with a punch-in code or a key. We also have one at our house that actually you can take your fingers and drop down and punch in a particular code that you program, and then it springs out and instant access to it. But our grandchildren, our children have no access to that firearm. We're the only ones that can get it, okay? That way we know that only authorized people are going to get holding of a firearm. Now let's go to the number 2 things, okay? These are real important. Rule number 1 when it comes to handling a firearm, when you're handling it, make sure that the gun is pointed in a safe direction. This is the business end. You want to make sure that it's safe. If you forget everything else about what I'm talking about, if you remember this rule, no one goes home injured. Keep the gun pointed in a safe direction, okay? Usually down in front of you, away from where people are. Do not be swinging your barrel around. That's not good, okay? You want to keep your gun pointed in a safe direction. Number 2, notice how my finger is not on the trigger. When I pick out my firearm, I don't automatically want to put my finger inside of the trigger guard. A lot of people do that. That's not good. Not good. This gun could go bang, okay? A lot of people say, and my dad used to say, always treat a gun as if it's loaded. I think that's good advice. Whether you know it's unloaded or not loaded, keep your finger off the trigger, okay? Because if by some chance it is loaded, you're going to be in trouble if you get your finger in there. So remember that. Point it in a safe direction, finger off the trigger. Okay? Now, let's go to the 3 rules, and this applies to the 3 rules when it comes to using a firearm in the state of Ohio. Ohio is very specific about situations where you can use a firearm. Number 1, you cannot have started the altercation. If you get into a fight with someone and you start it, and they start to get the better of you, and they're beating your head against the concrete, you cannot shoot them because you started the fight. If you started the fight, you have automatically given up your right to defend yourself with a firearm. Remember that. You cannot have started the altercation. Rule number 2, unless you are facing serious bodily harm or death, you cannot use deadly force with a handgun. You can't do it. You can't shoot the guy as he's running down the street with your big screen TV. I don't care how much it costs you, okay? You cannot use a gun to protect your property. You can only use a firearm if you're facing serious bodily harm or death. A few slaps on the face, red marks, that's not serious bodily harm or death. And remember, you need to be able to convince a jury or a judge that you are facing that serious bodily harm or death. Okay? Remember that. Then rule number 3, in Ohio, we don't have a stand your ground rule. Ohio is very specific. If you can get away, you have a responsibility to withdraw. Okay, you have a responsibility to withdraw. If you try to stand your ground and get into and you shoot someone, you can be facing some serious charges because you had the ability to get away from that altercation without using excessive force. Remember, you can maybe get away with not being charged criminal charges where you'd be facing maybe murder or anything like that, where the prosecutor says there was not enough evidence to prove that. But remember, you still have civil charges that can be charged against you, and if you used what could be believed to be excessive force in the situation, you can face civil charges. Maybe you won't go to jail, but you'll lose your life anyway because you'll be spending $10 million for the liability that you'll have to face by using excessive force or inappropriate force for the situation. So remember that. Rule 1, 2, 3. 1, keep your gun safe and secure. 2, keep your gun pointed in the safe direction, and remember to keep your finger off the trigger. And then the 3 rules: you can't have started the fight, you must be facing serious bodily harm or death, and if you can get away, you have a responsibility to do so. So remember that, the 1, 2, 3, and we're also, to give, if you want more information about this, we're giving the concealed carry classes down here at Treasure Terminal. We do it once a month. This month, coming up September the 11th, we'll have our class. I've still got some room left for you. The sign-ups are still going on right now. The class starts at 9 o'clock. I have the coffee ready for you. We'll do 6 hours here, then we take a test, and we go out and shoot for a couple hours. This is the way that you can get your concealed carry permit in the state of Ohio. this class meets or exceeds all of Ohio Revised Code's rules. So give me a call at Treasure Terminal, 293 West Main Street in Byesville to sign up for the class. The cost is only $60. Okay, I think we're probably the lowest price in town. I do this because I want to make sure that everybody who can get a gun can. I believe that guns in the hands of a good man is the only way to stop guns in the hands of a bad man. I do believe that. So if you believe that with me, come on down. If you just want to know how to make sure you handle a firearm safely, come see me. Treasure Terminal, 293 West Main Street. Our class is September the 11th for the concealed carry class. Remember, 1, 2, 3.